And what happens is like that's what influencers are. They're a way to market your stuff. So that's the reason why a brand will reach out to an influencer, because that brand will want that page, like that person rather, to market their stuff and put it on their page. So since they're able to do that and put it on their page, what will end up happening is now people will go to that brand and see what their products are, want to work with them and things like that, just because of the fact that that person is marketing their stuff. So influencers, what they are, they're media marketers, right? That's what they are. All right, this is Elite from TCP Media Marketing Podcast. First episode. We're so excited to bring this to you, okay? Because the world of media is really growing, and there's so many experts, there's so many brands, there's so many people getting involved in the industry that we know that the world needs to know about it. You need to know about it. And yeah, we're here to bring this to you, right? So it's going to be on the Champions Playbook, okay? Media marketing and production firm. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's going to be on our Instagram, everywhere, okay? So we're just really excited to finally have a podcast that is strictly for media marketing and production, okay? So let us let you know the benefits that you're going to get from being a part of this podcast, right? From watching it and things like that. So the benefits are, number one, is you're going to be part of a great environment, right, of media marketing experts, right? So you're going to meet media marketing experts. You're going to get advantages from the different things you can use and things like that. You're going to get advantages from those areas. So it's going to be unlimited advantages that you're going to get as far as in media marketing and production. So if you want to find experts or brands and companies to create for you, or you want to find advantages to where you can create, that's what you're going to be able to do here. Really excited to be able to bring you a very unique resource like this, where you're going to be able to do that, right? So let's get into episode 1. Media marketing is in high demand, right? That's what it's about. It's in high demand. So we're going to let you know why it's in high demand, right? Media marketing, right? And production as well, but we're just going to be talking about why media marketing is in high demand, right? Because let's get into number 1, is because there's so many ways to consume media in today's world, right? You talk about social media, right? I mean, you're talking about podcasts, you're talking about YouTube, you're talking about other video platforms and picture platforms, like you're talking about Snapchat, you're talking about all these ways, right? And what happens is like that's what influencers are. They're a way to market your stuff. So that's the reason why a brand will reach out to an influencer, because that brand will want that page, like that person rather, to market their stuff and put it on their page. So since they're able to do that and put it on their page, what will end up happening is now people will go to that brand and see what their products are, want to work with them and things like that, just because of the fact that that person is marketing their stuff. So influencers, what they are, they're media marketers, right? That's what they are, right? So when they post something, let's say they're taking they work out, they're a fitness influencer, and they're taking a pre-workout. What's happening when they're taking that pre-workout from a specific brand is you're able to see what brand they're using, and if you want to get results like them, you're probably going to take that same pre-workout, but you may have never known what that pre-workout is if you never followed or knew who that influencer was, right? So I mean, that's why it's on the rise. That's the number one thing that kids in today's world want to do. They want to be influencers, right? Number one thing, it's not police officers, it's not astronauts, it's not lawyers, it's not doctors. It's they call it YouTubers. But what YouTubers are media marketers, right? So it's growing like crazy. It's a growing field Right? So that's why you need to know about it, right? The marketing and the production, right? We're going to get into the production too. But I mean, the production, the thing about it is it ties in to the media marketing, right? Because you're going to need a producer. You're going to need either someone to produce it or a brand, right? So we can do both. We can market and produce. So we have the cameras, we have the technology to edit and things like that. So we can actually produce. You know, we have our series business growth content where we go inside businesses and, you know, we create incredible content, commercials, things like that, right? That's a lot of the, you know, production. But what's cool about that is we also market it on our page, YouTube page, the Champions Playbook. So it's just growing so rapidly. We've heard that the number one way people are consuming content is through YouTube. Like, it's the number one way things are being watched is through YouTube and things like that. So, you know, getting your stuff marketed on pages like YouTube is really important, right? So it's just on the rise. There's so many different ways that it can be done. I mean, you're seeing it from Instagram pages, YouTube, Snapchat. We're getting, you know, going over it again, but yeah, it's on the rise. It's in high demand. Like, you know, what should show it's in high demand is brands are using it rapidly. YouTube, you know, there's a podcast that we're really, you know, watch what they're doing a lot. Social Proof Podcast, shout out to them. And David Shands, you know, who's one of the co-hosts, and he kind of built the whole thing, right? He shows a lot of his brand deals, right? That brands have deal with McDonald's. Let's see, a few other brands. And I mean, these are bigger deals, $20,000 deals, things like that, just because he's able to market their content. So that's why we're telling you that it's on the rise, right? It's really on the rise, and you need to take advantage of this opportunity, right, to market your stuff. So let's show you exactly how to do that. So how you're going to do that is you're going to reach out to brands that are actually building their own, you know, following and things like that. And you're going to figure out how to collaborate with them. Ask them what they need. Do they want to, you know, collaborator post, right? So you can, you know, have their audience be a part of your audience, right? Those are the things you need to do. You don't have to do everything yourself, right? That's why there's media marketing firms. That's why these things even exist, so that you can reach out and utilize people, right? Their network, right? You want to utilize their network. That's why people are going on podcasts as well. So let's get into that side of things, right? That's a real important thing that we need to talk about too, is podcasting, right? And especially video podcasts. So when you think about a video podcast, what's happening with the video podcast is that shows why it's in high demand. So many brands in today's world, when they're using their marketing dollars, they want to use it to get on as many or the right podcast, right? So let's say a brand has $100,000 to spend. Well, you know, to get a part of these networks, they'll spend that money to get on podcasts, right? That's how marketing is being done nowadays. It's the fastest growing video marketing segment in the world. I mean, we're doing one right now. This is the first episode of a new podcast. This should show you what we're talking about. This should show you how in demand marketing is. That, you know, we didn't think that we would be able to normally continue as a brand without adding a podcast in. Like, it just wasn't going to work. We actually have another podcast platform, Brands Experts Podcasts, right? That's a part of the Champions Playbook, but it does its own thing, right? Because it's strictly for branding, for brands and things like this. But with TCP Media Marketing Podcast, right, there's so much that this one can do, because now we're talking about the production and the marketing side of media, right? So this is a whole nother thing that we're doing. And yeah, that's what it is. You know, but we focus on entrepreneurs and brands as well. So you're going to see a lot of entrepreneurs, right, that are building personal brands, a lot of influencers coming on the podcast, um, collaborations. So brands that are doing collaborations, influencers that are doing collaborations, that are looking to build brands outside of themselves, personal brands, all these things, but know how to market, right? They know how to do marketing, and you're going to get episodes from events. So we'll go to events and we'll film the whole event. And what's really cool about what we're going to be able to do is, as we're filming this event, you're going to be able to see different brand podcast guests come on a podcast, right? Short episodes, but we'll build from there to eventually having longer episodes. But in this year 2023, our goal, let's just talk about our goal. Our goal is to have at least 500 guests, right? 500 guests on a podcast. I know that sounds like a lot to some people, like, oh my God. No, we'll do it. We'll already know how we're going to do it, and we'll do it. That's how in demand it is. So in December, right, the week before Christmas, right, we want to have an episode where we talk about the exact number of guests. And going to be over 500 guests. You have to speak in those terms, right? What you say determines, like, your mindset to go hard, your mindset to be able to attack what you're doing, right? And so have that mindset. I'm not just going to tell you it's in demand. I'm not just going to show you a whole bunch of data and just believe that. No, we're actually going to go out and execute the demand that exists for what we're doing, because there's so much demand, it's going to be difficult for us to keep up with it. To have the episodes edited, to have them online and things. We're going to do it because that's what we're capable of, because that's what we're about, because that's the level of excellence that the Champions Playbook media marketing and production firm creates. That's what we do. We don't play. We take everything we do serious. We take our brand serious. We take our collaboration serious. And we just execute on that very high, extraordinary level. And like, we're going to, just show you how in demand, media marketing is. It's media marketing and production. But, we're just going to show you how in demand it is. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just so excited to be able to bring you that. And yeah, just don't be afraid to think bigger, think different, and collaborate, network. You're not going to be able to do everything yourself. That's another thing. If you're going to try to do everything yourself, you're going to realize you're going to have a hard time. If you're putting gas in your car, you had to have the gas station go get the gas for you, and then you had to pay someone and then pump your gas, right? That's how you have to get gas in your vehicle. So it goes the same way with other things, right? You need help. There's no need to try to do everything yourself. It's inefficient. It's not the way you need to do things. And just don't do them like that, right? Do things in an efficient way, right? You want to do everything you do efficiently, right? And, working with media marketing and production firms, agencies, right? That's a way to do everything efficiently, right? And that's how you want to do it. You want to do things efficiently, right? Efficiency is everything when it comes to executing on a high level. So we're going to show you how to do that. Expect to see a lot of guests. Expect to see weekly episodes. We plan on dropping these episodes Saturdays, right? But we want to get to the point where we're doing multiple episodes every week. If we can get to the point where we do a week where we drop 50 episodes, that we're showing you how in demand media marketing is. And, we're just excited to bring you that. So be on the lookout. We still got the same series, brand grand openings. We still got, we're still going to do those. We're still going to do business growth content. So you're going to see brands on there. We're still going to do Champions value community events. We still got, go to events. But we're also going to incorporate that into the podcast, okay? So this is just showing you how in demand it is. It's really in demand. If you want to take your brand to the next level, you're into that kind of stuff, right? You want to make your brand special. What we need you to do is go to the Champions Playbook TCP.com. Right at the top, there's a form. Fill that form out. We reach out to you in the next 24 or 48 hours. Make sure you're fit. Make sure everything's correct, set up right. and then we'll be able to work together and get these things done. Don't lie to yourself, right? Don't put this on the back end. Get this going now. Get this going today. Do this today. Every day you're watching this, do this today. So you can get your podcast going, so you can get things recorded, right? So you can be a part of our network. So you can get part of bigger networks than what you're doing. Right now we're in Pasadena, right outside of Pasadena, California, at a park. And you'll see it when the video starts, so you'll know where we're at. But we're out of our comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, really, right? It's in demand, though. Like, that's where you need to be putting your dollars, with a good firm that's going to get your stuff marketed, that's going to come in and take a job from you. Because remember, you can record everything yourself, but you have to remember that if you're recording everything yourself, you're taking away from the job that you're, like, the real job that you want to do. So if you're a fitness trainer, like, when you start off, put the tripod out or the monopod up, push record, get going. But if you have a group of 30, that's not too professional, because you're sitting there, you're putting mics on people, you're doing all this stuff. You need a videographer. You need a marketing firm, a media production firm, whichever one. You need them to come do that job, because let's just say, your program is, let's say it's $500 a month, right? And you got 30 of them, right? So to get these two, so now the media marketing and production firm to come in and film, you got it set up. They're going to come do 2 times a month, and it's going to be a total of $1,000. That's it. Well, that's only 2 people's out of the 30. So now you get those other 20 of this profit, and now you don't have to go home and edit and post and do all this other stuff. Let them do that job, right? Like, it's already in demand. People already want to see videos of what you do and the results you get. Well, let them do that job so you can do your job. Say that again. Let them do their job so you can do your job. You don't have to have 10 jobs, right? That's why it's in demand, because as your brand grows and gets to another level, you're not going to be able to do everything, right? And when you can't do everything, it's going to be more beneficial for you to hire instead of lose business because it's taking too long, and then you can't finish your classes and things like that. That's not what you want, okay? So just let you know, it's in high demand. It's in crazy high demand. That's why we're starting this podcast, because, it's by popular demand. People want to see and hear from these brands. So, yeah, we're bringing you that. We're so excited to bring you that. And, yeah, stay tuned. This is Elite, the Champions Playbook, media marketing and production firm. This is our podcast, TCP, Media Marketing Podcast. Let's go. First episode. It's in high demand.